Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to the rapid reaction of WWE Evolution 2025. What a pay-per-view! Amazing what went down. What women showed up and showed out tonight. This was a fantastic from the start to the finish with an epic ending to the night, and it was just something. It was extremely great. Let's go right into it, y'all. WWE Evolution, starting with the IC match between Bayley, Becky, and Lyra. And this was great. All three ladies worked out. The crowd was in it to it from the first time. All three of them got in the ring. They were on their feet, champing and stomping and champing, clapping, whatever. And they were about it. And those three in the ring were about it. They did some excellent stuff here. Took it to the floor, got it into the ring. What I liked about it is that even though it was triple threat, they didn't go, to the, to the weapons, anything like that. They just wrestled a triple threat match, which is I think what it's supposed to be. Even though triple threat match is supposed to have no DQ and no countouts and things like that, but it should just be a wrestling match. The weapons shouldn't come in until we start doing like street fights and no holds bars and things like that. And we did have that later with the Fatal Four tag match, nothing in there, so that was good. These three, they kicked it off. They started off right. All three at some point hit a finisher, and all three had the finisher broken up by the other person who wasn't getting the finisher. It was tremendously well done from these three. And then we had Bayley going for a rose plant. She hit the rose plant. Becky Lynch came in, hit a whatever. I'm getting old. I don't even have no idea what that is. But he held it down by the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, got the victory. Becky Lynch retains the Intercontinental Championship. Started off really hot. I give it 4.5 stars. Absolutely incredible from these three. Next was the NXT title match between JC Jane and Jordan Grace. I'm kind of disappointed that they went the route of turning Blake Monroe heel. Especially after what they did yesterday, where they actually had Blake Monroe pin the champion, and then like that, so then like, what do you do with Jordan Grace now? Because some people may think Jordan Grace is now is now like not worthy of championship because first of all you beat her years ago when you shouldn't have beat her with Roxanne Perez. Then when she officially comes to WWE, you beat her with you beat her a couple times. You did that triple or quadruple fatal 4-way match for the title. I think she lost another title match, and now she's lost this one. Like, this has got to stop. Because what you could have done is you could have had Jordan beat JC here, and then have her go on to I think they announced like Heat Wave for like August. I did the NXT Heat Wave for sometime in August. Yeah, it's the same weekend. It's not the same weekend, but it's the week. That last week in August. It was Sunday, August 24th, the 25th, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, the 29th, and then August 30th is that Saturday Clash in Paris. So they got several weeks to like flush out that thing, and they're gonna have a heel turn from Blake Monroe, closer to that against Jordan Grace, the NXT champion. But I don't know. However, the match was really good. I thought, you know, it was one of those things where you wondered if it was actually good or not, but it was definitely good, and the crowd they were just coming down from the other match, so they couldn't do all the stuff that they wanted to do. I think from with this one. Yeah, this one was fantastic too. I give it 4 stars. Obviously, like I said, they won. Blake Monroe hit what's her face in the chest, in the back, and then Disha Jane hit the rolling forearm 1, 2, 3. I don't know, I forget what they called it. The rolling forearm 1, 2, 3, and it's Disha Jane retains the NXT title. So there goes that. After that was the tag team, fatal 4-way tag team match. We had Soruka and Zara. They came out first, I believe. Then came out the Kabuki Warriors. Then came out first. Then there was Zarya Soruka, and then it was Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. And by holy lovers of Jesus, Charlotte gets a fantastic reaction. Unbelievable. She was incredible, and then Alexa Bliss got a good one as well. And it was awesome. And it's awesome to see. Where was this when after the Royal Rumble? I mean, who cares if she's, always in the championship picture? She's supposed to be in the championship picture. That's how good she is. Those people should never leave the championship picture. Sure, maybe you want to do side quests here and there, but it should always come back to the championship. And then Roxanne and Raquel came out. There's a good match. I was listening to Sachi's app, and he hates it when it's the thing when it's only 2 people in the ring. You tag anybody that you want, yada yada yada. I'm not a big fan of the fatal 4-way where all the 4 people are in the ring. It's just too chaotic. It's just too chaotic. And I don't even like you in a triple threat. It's just too chaotic. It shouldn't be like all 4 people in the ring to take your own partner. No, what it really should be an elimination match. It should be a fatal 4-way elimination match. You can do that, and then that gets it better because once you eliminate a person, the team, and then they go over to the back. It's it's anything. So you can do that, but this was electric. Everybody stood on shine, got everything to go, and then we got a "We Want Charlotte" chant, and I was like, "What? We want Charlotte? Really? We want Charlotte? Okay." And then they got Charlotte, and she was a house of fire. Came in there and did a lot of and took the task. She did some great stuff. She took a soul snatcher from Soul Ruka. Amazing. She also pulled um, uh, Alexa Bliss out of the way of a spear from Zarya, and then she had her hold her in the corner as if she was her baby and saying, I got you, little girl." That was kind of funny to me. But it ended up with Soul Ruka taking a Tijuana bomb from Raquel Rodriguez 1, 2, 3, and that's the victory. So they retained the tag team championship. But I think this is leading to SummerSlam. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair taking on, you know, Raquel and Roxanne from the Judgment Day. It's got to be headed that way. Again, the match I thought was excellent, 4.25 stars. Next was the WWE Championship match, which was between Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton, and this one was very good as well. A lot of good stuff here. The story of the new guard trying to show the old guard that it's not in time anymore, but the old guard's just showing that I may have taught you tricks that you know, but I haven't taught you all the tricks that I know, and that's the good part. And Trish was still game. Trish is like 47, 48 years old. She's something like that. She's closer to 50 than she is 40. And it's just amazing how she still got it. Like she never lost it. And she's hanging and she's coming from the Diva era, but she's like hanging with these, with the women of today, they got. Tori Wilson said on the pregame show that she wishes that there was an NXT that she could have gone to for even a year to like learn how to do the stuff the right way, be a better performer. You know, really good. She was just learning on the job because people like her and Victoria and Maurice and many others. Um, they were learning. They were learning stuff the day of. Fit Finley would bring them in early and have them do moves, teach them things for their matches that evening, and everything like that. So you've gone a long way from those days, and but Trish was still getting it done, and she had some real good stuff here today. She hit the Stratisfaction, the Stratosphere, the Chick Kick. She was all on it tonight, but she still couldn't have enough for Tiffany Stratton to hit that prettiest moonsault ever, 1, 2, 3, and let's see, Trish. Tiffany retains the WWE Women's Championship, and afterwards, you know, Trish Stratus gets a standing ovation, and Michael Cole said that you know you never know when it's going to be Trish's last match, and they say in wrestling that you never stay retired. Um, what when she retired, she got married, she had kids, started a yoga thing and everything like that. And then she came back several years ago. Not the 18 years Michael Cole said. Michael Cole had a bad night. He had a bad night tonight. I defend Michael Cole. I don't think he's as bad as some people think he is. I do think that he missed. The one thing that does irk me about him is that he miscalls people and moves all the time. Something is a net breaker. He's calling it a DDT. No, he's not Michael Cole. Anyway, but tonight he had a real bad time tonight, saying that this is her first singles match in 18 years. No, she had a match against Charlotte Flair in 20 in 2019 or 2018, whatever it was, at SummerSlam in Toronto. So that's like 7, 8 years ago. So no, but Trish was great. I gave it 3.3 stars. Next was no holds barred match between Jade Cargill and Naomi, and this was some things going on. There was some. This was a very. I thought it really got picked up. And this isn't AEW where they go all outlaw mud show and drag you through grass and stick forks in your head. Several 800 times. That's not WWE. And that should never be WWE. But they went as far as I think they should. Chair shots, knocking people into tables, doing through tables, putting yourself through tables with chairs, everything like that. Getting hit in the face with a chain, but I thought that was happening. Um, sometimes to Naomi's nose, she started got cut on the bridge of her nose and started to bleed a little bit. But Jay finished it off with a jaded through a table, 1, 2, 3. Bianca Belair was there. Nothing went down with Bianca Belair, which is very interesting. She really didn't do anything. The only thing she did do is at one point Naomi really was getting the upper hand on Jade Cargill, and shoot to Jade, and she was actually, you don't have to do this. You just stop the match, yada yada yada. So there's still an issue there between Jade and Bianca, and I think they might try to flush that out over the next couple of weeks as we're heading into SummerSlam. They might do a thing where they're flushing that out while they are also going for Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. So that could happen. But I thought this match was very nice, 3.5 stars. Next was the Battle Royal. I think I enjoyed it more than most. There was no big names. Everybody, for the most part, got an interest, except they, on several occasions, doing all those entrances, they seemed like they was always going to cut to commercial, but then they came right back. It's almost like they realized, hey, no, 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 you're not cutting the commercial. We're going to give everybody the interview, and everybody in the match got an interest, and we were all, and there were a lot of people who were waiting on, could you see Paige? Could AJ Lee be here? Yeah, yeah. Neither one showed up. So we had some good stuff here. The NXT girls went out first from the culling. Tatum Paxley and Izzy Dame. We got some good stuff here. Um, it doesn't look like it's going to be over with for Zelina Vega and Julia, as Zelina Vega, to many people's disagreement, knocked out Julia, as they was hoping that she would be one of the last people standing. So I don't think they are ready for Julia. And speaking of that, Zelina Vega, she kind of just walked out like very angry. So, and I guess maybe you might be right because she's angry that she lost a title and things like that. But I don't know. You also have to wonder, is there some other thing that she was really angry at? It's like it wasn't like no emotional. It wasn't like I'm gonna get. It was almost like it was almost like she had face on. It's like she said, like as if she was told, "No, you can't. You can't get another title shot. Yeah, just go. Yeah, go in there and just and do your job." She's almost pouting. I don't know. Um, But yeah, the final four was Nia Jax, Last Legend, Stephanie Vaquer. Oh boy, um, I can't remember who the fourth one was. I don't think it was Nikki Bella. Because I think Nikki Bella she was part of the final five. But whoever the final three were definitely Stephanie, Jade, and Jade. I want to call her Jade. Lash and Nia, and Stephanie and Lash worked together to get out Nia, and it was down to them two. They were fought all the way, then got onto the thing where she was able to turn being on the apron and have her legs wrapped around Last Legend into the devil's kiss. Ah, ah, yeah. And she did that, took her out, 1, 2, 3, the winner, Stephanie Verker. She won the battle royal. And afterwards, she um, interview with Stephanie McMahon. I really think it's kind of good to do this. She says that her English isn't the first language, but she talks pretty good English. Just there was an accent there, but the accent I don't think the accent is too heavy to where you couldn't understand her. I think it's like that. I think it's like that with Pence. I think it was like that with Ray Phoenix. Yeah, there's an accent there. I don't understand her. Julia, unfortunately, does have a thicker accent, so it is a little bit harder to understand her. Um, but yeah, I thought this was really good. Like I said, I think I liked it. I may be the only person that liked the Battle Royal, because on Twitter, and as I said, I was listening to Mr. Santi's app and all his crew. They seemed to really hated it. Really thought so, but I thought it was really good. I gave it 3.5 stars itself as well. And then the World Heavyweight Championship match main event, Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. These two have epic chemistry. They just do such good work. Um, they ended up with a ref bump, which is kind of a very insane ref bump because she got drop kicked by Io Sky after Rhea moved out the way and took a bump and rolled all the way, halfway out of the halfway out of the ring. When she would have just took a bump and rolled to a couple inches to her left, and she would have rolled out that way. And then Rhea Ripley hit the riptide on Io. Nobody was there to count, so then they brawled. They brawled into the arena. They got to the arena, and she was gonna go for something off some cases, but it was actually Io Sky who hit a thing off the cases. They brawled back to the ring to at this point where the referee was stirring up back up, and Io hit the over the moonsault for one two and three quarter count, and nobody and I couldn't believe it. There's many people that couldn't believe it. Thought the match was over. It was not over. They fought some more until we had some type of double down, and then here came Naomi coming down, um, wanting to cash in the Money in the Bank contract, make it a triple threat. It is no disqualification. She hit Io with the briefcase. She got in the ring, threw Rhea Ripley into the corner, and then went to the spot for her split leg moonsault. One, two, three, winner and new world heavyweight champion Naomi. And that's how we go off. I thought this match was really good. I was willing to give this a 4 and 2/4 star match, but those last 10 minutes from when the ref bump happened until Naomi cashed in was some really good and epic stuff, and so I had to give it the full money. It's a 5-star classic without question. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley did their thing tonight, and Naomi she just had to work a little bit, but she went up and she got her championship, and that's amazing. So good, good on her, and good on the women. There's been a lot of talk about evolution, and and why hasn't been so badly booked or whatever. But she went out and but they went out and they put on their working boots, as people like to say, and they were amazing. They were amazing tonight, and it was so good to see. And yeah, you really can't give them any more credit than all those women deserve. And I mean all the women from going from the IC match, Becky, Lyra, and Bailey, to all the way down to all the women in the battle royal. They had a part to play, and they played their part perfectly. And then of course the world title match, and the referees, they were there too. I think it was the three referees. It was the one blind referee from NXT that everybody seems to be in love with. It was Daphne LaShawn and Jessica Carr. She's the one that took the bump. So I think it was incredible. I'm trying to keep this thing so I can watch this after I get through. I got 2 minutes, maybe three, okay, and I come back and watch. But yeah, it was special, man. It was special. It was better than the Great American Bash. It was better than you know the Saturday Night's main event. It was better than All In. Now I didn't watch All In. I'm never gonna watch an AEW pay per view or AEW show ever again. That's not my cup of tea. Again, I don't want to see you dragging through class. I don't really want to see you being, hit in the head with a fork till you bleed buckets. I'm not looking for that. That's not my type of wrestling. The stuff we saw tonight in Evolution is my wrestling. That's the stuff that I want to see. I want shit to make sense. I want shit to be great. I don't want no outlaw mud show bullshit. I just want wrestling. And I got it tonight with Evolution. Fantastic show. And if you haven't seen it, I would advise you to go out and watch it. Go back onto Peacock or Netflix or wherever and watch. All right. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment section how you feel about Evolution 2025. Like, yeah, it's incredible. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there, and I am out. Yeah.